Yeah, the prayer walk was really powerful, I guess, in getting a head start to the week. Being able to physically go to those homeless shelters and the food banks, and we went to a music hall, and being able to just pray right in the middle of it all. There was people walking all over. I specifically remember one homeless shelter. There was a group of at least like 15 or 20 people, and yet we all prayed right at the front door. And no one was nervous about that. No one, I mean, I feel like we wouldn't necessarily have the courage here, but it was really cool that people had, the audacity to do that. And we all prayed, and we made our handprints with chalk. And at one point, a man also joined us, and he lived in the homeless shelter, so it was really cool that we got to see the community even come in and help us with the prayer walk. And then the poverty education was so powerful. Such a wise woman, Amy, and it was really neat to be able to hear why people are homeless, and how it's such a vicious cycle. I really had a very twisted view on why people are homeless and why people are in poverty. But after her talk, I understand it like a billion times better. And it really set up the week because we did work with homeless people, and 53% of the children in Cincinnati are in poverty. So we worked with those children, and I just think it laid out a good foundation for the rest of the week. Yeah, the community lunch was definitely one that specifically stuck out in my mind. I remember the first day, I was extremely nervous, and you'd think that I would have courage, but I first didn't. Luckily, Monica was able to kind of push us along, go talk to him, and because everyone was just sitting at the tables just waiting to eat, and I sat down next to two ladies, Anne and Theresa. And I really got to know them very well. They were easy to talk to. We kept conversation, and there was no stutter in the conversation. And I really got to know Theresa really well and her background. And it was really interesting. I guess when I first saw her walk in, I know that I thought in my mind, I am not going to talk to that lady. She looks scary. She probably has all this stuff that she's been through. But talking with her, she's just like me. She's just like you. And we were able to have really good conversation. She was homeless for 4 years, and she now lives in an apartment. But I think she has a mental disability of some sort. But her kids don't really want a lot to do with her, and so I think that really hurts her. But it's neat because she goes to the church at Washington, and you can just tell that she has hope through Christ. And it was really neat because at one point she said to me, isn't it so neat that you and I are able to bless others? And I guess that really hit me. I almost started bawling on the spot because that was just really hard to hear, because our lives are really different. The way she lives and the way I live, and our lifestyles and our family situations and our financial situations. And so it was really neat to see that even if she didn't have very much, she was willing to give everything, which was really good to hear for myself, knowing that I know that I need to be more generous with what I have, because obviously there's other believers that don't have as much. And I just think that it's something we're called to do, is to provide for those that don't have as much and are Christians as well. I think I learned the most that God provides even when we think He doesn't. I again think of that couple that is working for Black Ministries, and they live in not a nice neighborhood and not really a nice apartment, but they know that God will provide for them. And just like Theresa, she knows that God will provide for her even if she doesn't have that much. So just living my life knowing that Christ will provide, and I don't need to try to lean on my own understanding, but just look to Him and seek Him through prayer and through the Word. I guess it's really hard. I think a lot of people look at short-term missions and they look down upon it. They're like, I'm only there for a week or 6 days or 7 days. What's that going to do for that community or anything like that? And I think we just have to look at it. I think it was Brock that said, we're just planting those mustard seeds in those communities or in that person's life. And from there it'll be watered and it'll be grown, and it may not grow, but the most important thing is that God's in control of that. And I just think, yeah, the beauty of the body of Christ coming together is us not just staying in our comfort zone, but going out of our comfort zone and being in the comfort of God's arms.